another day than a dollar. You guys don't know the jingle. What kind of messed it up, but it is what it is. So in this episode, we break it, I fix it. Episode 13. I have two videos. I was working on my friend's bike, forgot to record it, but after this, you will see it. Yeah, it's gonna happen right here. It's a little video, nothing too long. It's not, yeah, but I forgot to finish it. But yeah, you're gonna see it after this. What's up, another day, another dollar. Here we back at it again on the video. In this episode, we break it, I fix it. Episode 13, or 1, 3, and show you guys what broke and what I'm working on. Yeah, technically nothing didn't break, but so pretty much this is a X22 GT. Is off Venom Motorsports, and today we're pretty much doing is changing the exhaust, and we put in a bigger carburetor to go a little bit faster. So I'll show you guys the process. And if you guys have a bike like this, they have a lot. I know it's one that's called like a Tao Racer, so it's very like the same. It's the same bike but just different brand, really. But pretty much, yeah, I want to start off with doing the exhaust. So I'll show you guys what's the process. So kind of like the first step you want to do is bolts right here. So it's one bolt right here. There's like 3 bolts right here. I have to double check the size, but it kind of looks like it was maybe a 12 or 14 mil. And then these 2 right here, and these going to be a 14 mil. So that's kind of like the easy thing. You just screw it off and then screw it back on. So all right, let me get my tools. All right, so I think it is a 14 mil. So you're gonna unscrew these, and that is kind of like just makes it snug against the bike. I think it's a 14. All right. Let's get them all loose. Okay, these are 14s. This might be a 12 mil. So let's get the 12. Boom. All right. All right, so I'll probably have to get hopefully I can get that one off with this. All right. Hopefully I can. If not, I had to use something else. Yep, I had to use something else. All right. Yeah. So I got the exhaust off. It's pretty easy. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, this actually is the cat that's in there. That is gone, and yeah, this is definitely restricted a lot. So you definitely, with this exhaust, you're gonna be gaining like here by like maybe like 5, maybe 10 miles per hour. So anyways, yeah, so just like Chris Fix out with the old, you're gonna be like shoo. And then in with the new. All right, so you guys saw the video. So that was something that my friend's bike I was working on. I was actually doing a carburetor on it, and it's a X22 GT. So it has a scooter engine in it. If you guys have that bike, it's actually, if you look at parts, it's actually, go on Amazon, type up GY6 250 172 millimeter. You have to type that up on Amazon. Then from there, you're gonna end up finding high performance camshafts. I believe they have a big bore kit too as well for it, and they got some crazy stuff. It's kind of a little bit expensive compared to like GY6 50cc, and the 150 is a little bit more expensive, because I saw parts like in the 200s and like I say on my GY6 50cc, it's like maybe $35. So it's definitely like a big giant jump of price spending wise. So if you guys have that bike and you guys really want to do a little bit extra to it, you have to type that up on Amazon. But that's not what I'm talking about. I want to flip the camera around and show you guys what I installed and for the bike. So, so I was working on my bike, a Hawk 250. So my friend, as in, and the bike I was working on, the carburetor came with it, but it was not able to work with it because it was number one reason. It's a scooter, so it has an automatic choke. This one has a manual choke, so it makes no sense kind of putting on a carburetor that had an automatic choke, and then this one has a manual choke, and there's no room for you to even stick your hand in there to pull it up, unless that you have to rig up like a cable and kind of rig it up from the top part. But that's the only way how to do it. But it kind of make no sense, and then she didn't really have the part, like the proper tool, so I just left it on there. She was nice enough to give me the carburetor. So this is the carburetor right here. It's a Nibby 30. So if you guys have a Hawk 250, right? If you guys have a Hawk 250, and if you guys have an exhaust, and then you guys have a filter pod, so tuning it is very difficult because this carburetor is actually, when you have an exhaust and the filter pod on there, is actually the pilot jet is a little bit too small. It came with a 40, and for my bike, I live in New York, so it's definitely, I'm in I forgot what it's called, but you know when you're close to the water and stuff like that. So it's, yeah. Besides, if you guys are in like Colorado and you guys in hills and stuff like that, yeah, probably this setup might be working good for you since you guys live over there. And I'm getting a phone call, so I see you guys in a little bit. Let me get this phone call. I'm back. It was a car problem. Sadly, it's like every day somebody's calling about a car that sometimes I don't really want to be working on cars every single time. I kind of just want to I like to add stuff to it, but I don't like the fixing problems. Fixing problems is annoying after a certain point. It's just stressful. But you adding mods onto it, that's like the best thing. I have no problem putting those things on. But like I was saying about the carburetor, if anybody has a Hawk 250 and you have a filter pod and exhaust, the Nibby carburetors, the pilot jet comes a little bit too small. Kind of depends on where you at. So if you guys in like the kind of close to the water line, like that's like, I say like Florida, if you guys live in New York, or like around like New Jersey, like I said, like Jersey City, around there close to the water, then you need like a pilot jet of a 41 or 42 pilot jet. And it do come with a 128 main jet. That's a little bit too much of a main jet, so I put it down to a 125. 125 is kind of like very good, because stock it comes with a 115, so you just do 10. Yeah, just do 10 more, so that's just one step up kind of. But other than that, if you do those mods, it's definitely good. But a lot of people, I wasn't really for the Nibby carburetors compared to the stock carburetors. So I'm gonna show you guys the difference between the stock carburetor that comes in the bike and the Nibby carburetor. So if you can see in there, so if you see right in there, it has a slide, kinda. Yeah, let me take my helmet off. Yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna open up the throttle, and then you're gonna see. So it goes wide open. So it is so pretty much it's a direct. So pretty much it's direct open. So it's no one of the choke is no. It's not no butterfly door like the old one, because the choke was a butterfly door, and the problem with those is, it's cool. It's definitely not bad, but after a certain point, when you're pushing these things a lot, so let's say on my bike right now, it's just it's pretty much internally it's stock. It's just nothing, everything is stock, even ignition wires is stock. Only thing I just did to it is probably adjust the valves, that I probably might redo again, but pretty much, yeah, just exhaust and carburetor, that's all I did to this thing. But let's say if you want to do camshaft, you want to put a big bore kit to be a true 250, a true 250 engine onto it, I do recommend getting this carburetor here. because that butterfly door is gonna, after when you pull too much throttle, the vacuum of it is gonna shut that thing closed. Or over time, they have this little plastic pin that goes onto it that holds it in place, and over time that thing breaks, because that's what happened to mine. I had this bike for maybe 3-4 years, and that's what it did. That little pin broke. So after when I was in full open throttle, at a certain point the thing would close, and I'll be on the highway and then the thing will bog down. One time I didn't know what was problem was, and it just shut off on me in the highway. I was just like, what happened? But I realized the choke closed. So that is something that I definitely do recommend getting that style carburetor. Is way better too. At the time you put it on, trust me, you're gonna have a night and day difference of performance wise. So even like the scooters, like my moped, if you guys know, check it out. It's kind of like one of my old videos. I had to get back that started again, but in the future I put a 150cc carburetor on there, but it's almost the same type of style as this one, almost, because when you open up the throttle, it's kind of like it do have like a butterfly door still on that carburetor, but it do kind of works like the same way as this one, but I do have a butterfly door. So it is what it is, and that's something in the future that I'm going to be changing out to get a little bit extra power off that thing. And hopefully I can hit 60 miles per hour, because that's my goal. I want to at least hit 62 or 65 out of that thing. But pretty much, yeah. So, and that's gonna be it for the bike. This is kind of like, a little vlog. This is the problem with my car, right? So hopefully it's not really nothing a big problem, to be honest, because I'm still a little bit confused, but I kind of think I know the issue is. Pretty much on this side, right? So pretty much this side right here, the coilovers is this is the worst side for the coilover on this side. So a couple days ago, I ended up working on a car, and I was like, no, let me get some ice cream because it's a little bit down the road. I made a left turn, the wheel started wheel hopping, and then after a certain point, then I'm assuming that the axle broke from the wheel hopping. And because I jacked up the passenger side, I thought the axle popped out on the passenger side. And this is the way how you can check it out. If you jack up the car on one side, leave the other side on the floor. You have a stick shift, put it in gear. If you have an automatic, you good, just leave it in park. Yeah, just leave it in park, you'll be fine. And then from there, you just turn the wheel, and after a certain point, it's supposed to not move. It don't supposed to move at all. If the wheel moves, if you put it in first gear and the wheel moves, that means the axle is broken on that side. So I did it on the passenger side, good. It did not turn at all. Did it on the driver's side, it was rotating, it was spinning. So that's something I had to look into it, and see it's the passenger side axle. The one thing I really do hope and pray is not the differential. But the only thing is, if it is the differential, they do have a limited slip differential that you can put in these transmissions. It's like $1,000. So if, let's say, quote unquote, if that's the case scenario and it is a differential, because I am hearing popping noises when you do make a left turn, so that is a possibility too as well. But again, my coilovers is shot, so popping noises can come from the coilovers too as well. So this is the thing what I'm gonna try to do. If you guys have a better solution, definitely put in the comments below, because I like to see what other people's mindsets or what they think is probably the issue too as well. So what I'm gonna be thinking is, I'm gonna put I have another axle that I had that I changed out, that I have in my Toyota trunk. I'm gonna put that one in there, see how it goes. Most likely it should run a lot better than it was before, hopefully, because if it's not, then I know it's a little bit deeper issue. But we're gonna say that it's just that is the issue, and pretty much, yeah. Then from there, I'm gonna buy new coilovers for it. I'm still waiting for the transmission for the Toyota, so I'm gonna get new coilovers for the Eclipse and put that on there. And then from there, after when I put the new coilovers on there, that new axle, I'm not gonna really drive the car because you know how the suspension probably broke the axle on the driver's side. And if it runs out good, it's good. If it's like the same thing going down the line, then it's something I had to look into it. And then from there I just rack up my money and then end up seeing if it's a differential. Then again, I can't complain because this car has almost 300,000 miles. So I can't complain at all. Not one bit. So it's not like it's a car that I'm like, oh yeah, it's like has 110,000 miles. Nah, this car has like 200 and like, it's pretty much, you could say 280,000 miles at this point, really. So I have a lot, and that's in the engine and transmission. So it's running, engine wise, it's running excellent. So I can't complain with that one. It's definitely running excellent. So that is just the thing right now. So I'm just gonna let the car sit. Yeah, I'll let the car sit, kind of relax. I was gonna work on it today, but I'm gonna actually work on it tomorrow. I have an oil change and brake pads I had to do for a customer, and then from there I'm gonna work on the Eclipse and put that axle in because I already have the part. So it's like, why not? And I have lifetime warranty, so it is what it is. I think I waited too late for the one I bought on Amazon, so I'm not trying to buy another one from there. So I just get the autos on specials again, sadly. But pretty much, yeah. So for right now, time being, Over Reliable. This is Over Reliable here. I have this bike been, yeah, compared to my moped, this bike right here been like the most reliable bike I pretty much ever owned. Technically, this is my only bike, and that's a moped. But yeah, this is the most reliable thing I own. If you guys are looking for a Hawk 250, I definitely do recommend. It's a starter bike. It's definitely, you know, now if you want to go on the highway wise, you definitely had to do a little bit mods to it. And if you guys want to know what mods I did for it, you know, gearing wise, so a lot of people said that you put a 17 front and a 45 rear. Yes, that can work too as well, but the one thing is, I don't feel like buying two sprockets. So I didn't feel like buying two sprockets for it, because I was like, what's the point of spending extra money if you can just do the gear ratios that you have for the rear gear, and it will be the same as if you're getting a 17 front and 45 rear. So I looked it up online of the gear ratios and see how much it was. I did a 40 rear. Yeah, so I did a 40 rear and a 15 front. So it's a slightly little bit lower gear than the 17 front and a 40 rear. So it's a little bit better. But yeah, it's definitely not bad. Like you could pick up speed, you could pick up top speed for it. Like top speed, like I hit maybe like 70, I think it was like 75 miles per hour on good weather conditions. If it's like bad weather conditions, you're around like 65, 66. Life of being a mobile mechanic. Can't even make a YouTube for you guys without somebody calling me about their car. I guess it's good because I'm making money, but sometimes when I'm making videos, I'm focused on you guys. So pretty much that's it for today. That's kind of like a little bit how's everything going around. By the way, we're still waiting on the Toyota transmission. I actually put a down payment on the transmission, so I just had to put the extra money for the transmission, and so that can come over here so I can get the Toyota back running. So then everything will be good, and then every mods is gonna start coming very, very soon for the Eclipse, because again, the Eclipse is my project car. So that's why I'm not really too worried about it, because it's down at the moment right now, because I am going to be in a lot more mods than this and refixing it all up. So that's why I got the Toyota, and sadly I'm dealing with these problems. But you know, sometimes life ain't smooth like how we all think of it in our minds. So, and we go through these issues. But pretty much, yeah, the people who did subscribe, I definitely do appreciate it. Really a lot, because I noticed that last video I did, I was like, wow, I didn't know that I got that much subscribers. It was about like 7 subscribers subscribed in that one video. So the people who did subscribe, I really do appreciate it. Again, more videos is gonna be coming very, very soon. We break it, I fix it videos. This is episode 13, so let's see what episode 14 what we got going on. And pretty much, yeah. So again, definitely like and subscribe. We're still aiming for 200 subscribers at the end of July. We're very, very close. We just need 15 subscribers. So if you guys are not liking and subscribe, definitely like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers at the end of July because my birthday is at the end of July. So that's the reason why I'm promoting this, because it's gonna feel good. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. And then again, I see you guys in the next one.